Imagine a customer walking into a BMW showroom in Shanghai, and the cars are beautiful, the brand is prestigious, but somehow the models that sell well in Europe or the US don't attract the same level of enthusiasm here. So, this moment captures the challenge that we're addressing today. Why BMW's global success does not fully translate to Chinese market, and what features truly drive customer decision in China. All right, so our presentation might separate into four different sections: project development, data analysis, and our findings and our marketing strategy. So we think that BMW global sales went down while other regions report growth. China fell by 17.2%, reversing BMW's overall global momentum. Since we think that China is BMW's largest and the most influential market, so we think that understanding the cause of this decline is very crucial. BMW must identify what Chinese customers now expect and adapt this strategy to stay competitive. And sales in China are declining while other regions are growing. So we think it shows that Chinese customers have different expectations. To win back this market, BMW must analyze what Chinese buyers value. So this raises our product questions. How do different vehicle features affect BMW's performance in China market? So our approach is this following step. So first of all, we just started with using EDA to understand BMW sales performance in China and spot early market patterns. And then we built up a multiple linear regression model using features, and the model was validated for statistical significance and reliability to avoid too much overlap between predictors. So from the result, we identify which features matter most to Chinese customer. Finally, we use this insight to shape a China-focused strategy that better aligns BMW's product with local market preference.
For our analysis, we used the SRNI car dataset, which contains detailed sales information for the China vehicle market from 2016 to 2022. And for each model, it provides attributes such as series and year sold and so on. Because our research focuses on BMW's performance in China, we extracted all BMW-related records from the dataset and used those as a foundation of our analysis. The original SRNI dataset was in Chinese, so we first translated it into English. During this stage, we discovered that some attributes, such as gasoline or EV, did not correctly reflect the powertrain of each BMW model. To address this, we cross-checked BMW's official specifications and corrected these inconsistencies manually. We also handled missing values, standardized categorical data. After ensuring data quality, we enhanced the dataset by creating additional features that would capture consumer preferences more accurately. Finally, we created calculated fields series age to evaluate how sales change across a model's life cycle, whether fresh models sell better or whether classic models build momentum over time. With cleaned and enhanced dataset, we built a multiple linear regression model. We used the sales volume as dependent variable and selected the following 5 features as independent variables. These features were selected because they represent both technical characteristics and market positioning. After we ran the regression, several patterns became clear. Let's look into overall model performance first. So we have our square equal to 0.706. This means the model explains 70.6% of the variation in BMW sales volume. It is a strong result for real-world consumer data. And every feature has low p-values, which means every coefficient is statistically significant enough at 10% level. Features like vehicle size equal to large, mid, or mid, and emission type equal to gasoline, and year since series launch have very high positive coefficients, which indicates these features promote BMW sales. However, driving range has negative coefficient. At first, it seems counterintuitive. intuitive. This may be caused by limitations of our model, like multicollinearity problem, which will be addressed later in the presentation. Now I'm handing it over to my teammate Ivan.
All right, in this part, I will talk about the finding. In the first finding here, we see a clear positive relationship between series age and series sales performance. In the second part, older BMW series consistently reach higher sales volume, while newer series remain much lower and more valued. The volume part reinforces this pattern. The 6+ years basket shows a much higher and more stable distribution with a clear higher median compared with the 0 to 2 and 3 to 5 years group. Together, these charts show that mature BMW series significantly outperforms new one, and that sales strengthen as a model stay longer in the market. In the second finding, from the donut chart, we see the mid-size vehicle make up the largest portion of BMW sales, far more than compact or large mid-size model. The line chart shows the same pattern over time. Mid-size steadily climbed from about 32% in 2016 to nearly 50% in 2022, make it only consistently growing segment. Meanwhile, compact model decline year after year. The large mid-size remain relatively stable without clear upward momentum. Together, these charts show that mid-size vehicle clearly dominate BMW's portfolio in China and have strengthened their position over time. And in the third finding, from the sector part, we can see that the relationship between horsepower and sales is extremely weak. The points are widely disparate and the upward slope is almost flat, showing that the higher horsepower does not meaningfully impact higher sales. The box part reinforces this. Although the highest horsepower group shows a slightly higher median, the distribution across all horsepower range largely overlap and several bin contain very few models, so the differences are not reliable. Together, these two charts show that horsepower does not drive sales in BMW's China market as strong as other factors. And in the last finding, looking at the bar chart, gasoline model dominate BMW's China sales by a wide margin, while EV and PHEV volume are very small. The line chart shows the same pattern over time. Gasoline remain above 90% share through most year in the dataset. EV share only begin to rise around 2021 and 2022, but still represent a small portion of total sales. Because the data is overwhelmingly gasoline heavy, the regression treats gasoline as a strong driver of sales. The chart here makes it clear that this effect comes from the historical sales mix rather than the relative performance of each powertrain type.
Summarize our findings with interpretations, what we're seeing is that Chinese customers tend to prefer the classic BMW series over the new ones. This lines up with the cultural emphasis on heritage and craftsmanship in China, especially when it comes to luxury goods. That's why the older series carries more weight. Also, larger vehicles with space and luxury are in bigger demand. Many Chinese consumers use their cars as family cars. Many companies in automotive industry understands this and design family-focused models specifically for China. Tesla is a good example with the long-range Model Y that was launched just for the Chinese market. Surprisingly, horsepower does not appear to be a strong driver of purchase decisions. This suggests that customers care more about broader conceptual attributes such as reputation of the series or the size of the vehicle rather than technical specifications like horsepower. For emission type, the strong positive correlation between gasoline and sales has several factors. There are numerous domestic brands like BYD that sells EV that are popular in China. And also, BMW's image of heritage and luxury may not strongly match with EV buyers for more tech-savvy and early adopter segments. Also, EV sales were not yet widespread when this data was collected back in 2022, which we'll get more into detail later in this presentation. So the overall implication is customers in China trust well-known, mature BMW series. Customers love the conceptual strength and legacy, luxury and family-orientedness of BMW, which suggests that there is more demand for these features over performance features. Here are some of the features that BMW already provides in this regard. In terms of legacy, BMW is a well-known brand for its excellence and premium quality from German engineering background. For luxury, BMW has great luxury features. Longer wheelbase models are good examples, where they provide features like 110, 130 millimeter wheelbase, and longer cabin structure for chauffeur-style usage. It also provides rear zone comfort features for family usage. Larger BMW models provide enhanced padding, reclining angles, and quiet cabin tuning. Also, there are other features like sound insulation and rear zone controls. It is found that a lot of these features that customers look for already exists in our BMW models. This means that with proper marketing, we can match customers with the right product that they look for when buying a BMW.
Since we found out that legacy, luxury, and family comfort matters, we decided to focus our marketing strategy on that. BMW's long engineering and design history remains one of the strongest trust drivers in Asia. So our first strategy focuses on deepening brand authenticity through heritage. The goal here is to remind customers why BMW has a premium leader for decades. We propose an idea called Classic Series Campaign that showcases iconic models, design revolutions, and signature craftsmanship across video content and platforms like WeChat. In showrooms, dedicated heritage zones with visual timelines and then versus now display reinforces this story. And by featuring multi-generational BMW owners, we add an emotional credibility and highlight the loyalty and long-term trust the brand has built over time. Our second strategy positions BMW as the aspirational luxury choice by emphasizing premium content and lifestyle. We highlight what sets BMW apart: refined interior, advanced material, ambient lighting, and quiet premium cabin. To reinforce this modern luxury identity, we collaborate with lifestyle, fashion, and travel influencers who naturally appeal to this audience. We also elevate the ownership experience through exclusive appointment-only test drives with personalized routes and curated hospitality. Across all platforms, BMW is presented as part of a refined lifestyle that blends premium comfort with signature performance. Our third strategy targets the fast-growing family segment by positioning BMW as a smart, safe, and comfortable luxury choice. We highlight the features family value most, like spacious interior, rear seat comfort, flexibility cargo space, and easy entry and exit. Content focuses on everyday practicality, from child seat compatibility to assisted driving support. Family influencers demonstrate how BMW fits naturally into school runs, errands, and weekend trips, while dealership events like car seat clinics and stroller fit demos reinforces this experience. Ultimately, BMW delivers true luxury that supports real family life. Now that we walked through our findings and strategies, we want to talk about some few limitations in our dataset. So our dataset reflects early EV technology. So driving range and emission types are highly correlated, which may cause the model to underestimate modern EV competitiveness and consumer interests. Additionally, missing policies and behavioral factors like EV incentives and license plate rules means that the model may overlook major external drivers of EV adoption in Asia. Because our EV data is limited, we also examine broader EV trends to provide content. The 5 Series shows slow and declining EV adoptions, while the X3 reaches 17% new energy share by 2022. Overall, sedan transitions more slowly to EV, whereas SUVs leads BMW's strongest new energy growth in China. So in a summary, our analysis revealed that features that drive BMW's success in China and guided 3 focus strategies around heritage, luxury, family appeal. Despite some data and limitations, the trends are clear and actionable. giving BMW a strong direction for growth in a rapidly evolving environment. Thank you.